What Christmas present do you give the extraordinarily well-travelled, sophisticated, handsome and hugely successful media personality who has everything? It was with great delight that I received the other day a gift donation to a charity. At first, I didn't really understand, but ever since I felt really chipper about it and about the person who gave it to me.
And it's better than another set of Union Jack socks, I suppose. Well, the ultimate in feel-good Christmas gift has arrived in the shape of Karma currency. And to explain exactly how to cash in for the cause, we're joined by its founder, Ashley Rosshandler. Good morning, Ashley.
Good morning, Ashley.
Good morning.
Can you I was thrilled to get given this, but can you explain how it works?
Karma currency is a charity gift voucher. So the way that it works is I would go online if I wanted to buy Kim a gift for Christmas. I'd go online to karmacurrency.com.au. I would pick the occasion Christmas, write you a little note and put in the amount of voucher, the amount of money, so $50 I'd like to give you for Christmas. Very generous of me. And then I could email that or print it out or post you a card. You get a little voucher number, you go back onto the website, and at that point you say, great, I'd like to educate a mind, I want to give money to research, the environment, animals, whatever your
any kind of charity.
What if the charity that you want to donate to isn't on your website? Because there are more than 100 to choose from, aren't there?
Yeah, we've got about 110 charities to date, so everything from Australian Conservation Foundation to World Vision, health, education. If one of the charities isn't on there, it will actually, a little note sort of pops up saying, hey, you've done a search for charity Y, they're not on here, could you send us a note? And we get that information, we speak to the charities and we say, hey, would you like to be involved?
Would you like some money?
Isn't it? It's marvellous, as I said in the intro there, it's marvellous because you feel, not only do you feel, I'm giving to charity here, but then you also feel it's a double whammy because you feel really wonderful about the person that's given it to you.
Yep, and it's we just want to make it the most easy, convenient, memorable, meaningful gift you can give.
How did it come about?
Came about a year and a half ago. I was off to an engagement party with my beautiful wife, and we were going to the party, and they'd lived together for a number of years and already had sort of lots of platters and photo frames and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, and so we thought, you know, they're like most Australians, really generous of spirit, and thought we'll get them a goat, you know, from a charity or do something nice like that. And then we sort of panicked a little bit and thought, well, what if they're not into goats? Maybe they're into whales, maybe they're into the environment, maybe they're into breast cancer, heart research, and thought about this thing of a charitable gift voucher and thought, hey, why not?
And do you know what? I mean, I'm thinking too for funerals and things like that. You know, there are so many people who say, please don't send flowers, you know, do something constructive. I mean, it's the perfect thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And we're actually in the process now of setting up a gift registry too. So you could, for a bridal registry, or even for your own funeral, you could sort of say, you know, sure, I'd like you to give to X, Y and Z, and
The Karma Foundation is a not-for-profit organisation.
Yep.
What does that mean exactly? And I would imagine that's really difficult to set up.
It's incredibly difficult.
Does that mean not-for-profit organisation means that what, no one gets paid, or?
No, we've got a staff of 2.
Because you're going to have to, aren't you? You're going to need
absolutely,
people.
Absolutely. So not-for-profit, we went on this journey where you, you know, you set up your constitution and your trust deed and a board and everything else. So that we set it up as a not-for-profit with deductible gift recipient status. And so that means that the purchaser gets a tax deduction when they buy the voucher.
Right. Oh, as well. So that's an extra bonus, isn't it?
That's an extra bonus. So they get the tax deduction. So we set it up, and it's not for profit.
But how do you run the company? I mean, if I ring up, if I go online and I want to give Kim a $100 voucher or something like that, all that money is going to the charity? Yeah.
Well, what we've done is the purchaser pays a small processing fee on top of that.
There's a fee on top of that.
There's a fee on top of that. So if it's $50, it will be $54.95. So you know that all $50 goes to the charity, and Kim could pick 3 or 4 charities, or maybe $10 to each charity. 100% of the money goes there, and that $4.95 just goes into covering
administration.
Now, see, I think this idea is extraordinary for any number of reasons, but also given your background in advertising, you know, you've kind of gone from one extreme to the other, really, haven't you?
Fat cat capitalist to altruistic gentleman now.
Yeah, I think I sort of did advertising for a decade and sold lots of 2-minute noodles and, you know, flavoured water and stuff like that, which you still need that in society. Sure. People need to eat, people need to do these things. Sure. But it left me feeling a little bit empty, so, yeah, a bit of a life change, but also I guess you get to that point and you see Al Gore's movie and you learn about the environment and about rampant consumerism and global warming, and I think I just sort of got to a point where I'm like, if I could change things just a little bit, I would. And
also the thing, we were chatting about this the other day about, you know, Christmas and sometimes it just seems so wrong that there are so many Christmas presents in front of the tree and you think surely there's got to be a waste in that somewhere. But if you were to buy one of these, you'd know that the money's really going to be directed in the right place.
Yeah, well...
and teach children the real meaning of Christmas.
Absolutely. I think the last research was $700 million spent on unwanted gifts each Christmas. So that ends up in storage, in the bin, landfill. So, yeah, from an environmental aspect, great, but also, you know, hopefully you buy a Karma Currency voucher for the kids for Christmas. After lunch, they can sort of go onto their computer and they could say, hey, what could we do with this?
That's a great idea.
$50, we could buy a wig for someone, you know, who suffers from cancer. We could find a cure for something. We could, you know, fresh water or a GPS navigator for a gorilla to save a gorilla in the Congo.
How cool is that?
Yeah, that's cool, really cool. I like that a lot.
You've only just launched this. What's been the reaction so far?
The reaction's been great. We've had some large corporates come on too that have actually bought these for their staff for Christmas.
And let's plug them because I think it's important to give them some support. It's NAB is online.
Yep. NAB's our founding sponsor that have been great. Cause Chambers Westgarth are lawyers to help set it up, and yeah, Nova also have been giving out some vouchers on air, so we've had some really good support.
Yeah, really good.
I've completely forgotten what I was going to say there.
Oh, that's all right.
Just talking of support, though, I guess the best support, those too, has come from the charities, because they're the heroes and they're the ones that have all these, you know, wonderful things and doing wonderful things out there.
I was going to say, sorry, I just remember, I was going to say, you must be, but now you must be inundated by charities that want to get involved.
Yeah.
As soon as they hear about this, they're going to go, well, we want to be on your list. So how do you... You've probably got to do a really good search on these charities too, often, wouldn't you?
We have. We've sort of attracted over 100, and we've only sort of been launched for 2 months, which is great.
Yeah.
There are potentially 22,000 charities that could benefit and be on the site. So we will just see how it sort of grows and evolves, and you know, we welcome them to join. You
mentioned the gorillas before. What other really unusual ones have you got?
We've got wonderful things on there. So we've got...
orangutans?
Orangutans that you can save. You can build a shelter for Bendigo animals, for the Bendigo dogs. You can, for $2, you can buy a virtual hug. You know, what's a virtual hug? There's a great organisation, Depression Net, who actually facilitate with people depression online to talk about it in a forum, and they can send, you know, your little smiley face or your hug saying, look, you're not alone, all the way up to, you know, $7.5 grand for a school to give them music lessons for a year.
Isn't that marvellous? I love it. And I just love that idea that if you give your children one of these and they go online, and they can... Kids will get right into that.
I think so too.
It's a wonderful thing to do.
Congratulations, Ashley.
And it also just inspires them to, you know, look further into charity and altruism generally. It's a great
and it's a circle of giving, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good stuff, Ashley. It's a real pleasure to meet you.
Excellent.
And have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Coming up, the truffle that is neither hypogenous, psychedelic or been unfortunately coughed up by a pig. Anthony Telford and the hot, cold, chocolatey kind next. Love is the drug for me.